Chapter 1, A Mysterious Invitation. It was a sunny afternoon at the Mystery Inc. headquarters. Fred, Daphne, Velma, Shaggy, and Scooby-Doo were taking a much-needed break from their usual ghost-hunting adventures when a peculiar letter arrived. The letter bore the seal of Interpol and was addressed to the entire gang. Jinkies! A letter from Interpol? Velma exclaimed, adjusting her glasses. Fred opened the envelope and read aloud, "Dear Mystery Inc., we urgently require your expertise in solving a series of mysterious deaths occurring in Japan. These deaths are believed to be the work of a vigilante known as Kira. We believe your unique skills can help us uncover Kira's true identity. Enclosed are your plane tickets to Tokyo. Like, Japan? Awesome! I bet the sushi there is incredible," Shaggy said, already dreaming of the culinary delights. "Ruro, rappy. Japan sounds rikious," Scooby added, licking his chops. Chapter 2, Arrival in Tokyo. The gang arrived in Tokyo and were greeted by Interpol agents who briefed them on the situation. Kira's victims all died of heart attacks, and the deaths seemed to be linked to a high school student named Light Yagami. However, there was no concrete evidence to prove his guilt. The gang set up base in a modest hotel in Shibuya. Velma immediately dove into research, reading up on all the victims and the mysterious circumstances of their deaths. Meanwhile, Fred and Daphne decided to scout out Light Yagami's school, while Shaggy and Scooby were tasked with gathering information from local eateries, a job they were more than happy to undertake. Chapter 3, Uncovering Clues at Light's school. Fred and Daphne posed as visiting exchange students. They observed Light closely and noted his seemingly perfect demeanor. Light was top of his class, well-liked by teachers and students, and appeared to have no connection to the deaths. However, Daphne's intuition told her there was more to Light than met the eye. "Fred, I think Light is hiding something," Daphne whispered. "His behavior is too perfect. No one is that flawless." Fred nodded. "Let's keep digging. Maybe we'll find something incriminating." Meanwhile, Velma discovered a pattern in Kira's killings. All the victims had ties to criminal activities, and their deaths were broadcasted in the media. She suspected Kira had access to police information, which narrowed down the list of suspects considerably. Chapter 4, A Close Encounter. One evening, while Shaggy and Scooby were enjoying a sushi feast, they overheard a conversation between two students from Light's school. The students mentioned a mysterious notebook that could kill anyone whose name was written in it. Intrigued, the duo decided to follow the students, hoping to learn more. "Like, Scoob, did you hear what they said? A notebook that kills people," Shaggy whispered. "Ruro, Raggy. That sounds risky," Scooby replied, trembling. The students led them to a secluded park where they met with a strange figure dressed in a black cloak. Shaggy and Scooby hid behind a tree and watched as the figure handed over a black notebook to one of the students. "Remember, only use this notebook to rid the world of evil," the cloaked figure said before disappearing into the shadows. Chapter 5, The Plan. Shaggy and Scooby rushed back to the hotel to inform the gang about what they had witnessed. Velma immediately suspected that the notebook was the key to Kira's power. Jinkies! If this notebook is real, it explains how Kira can kill without leaving any evidence, Velma deduced. Fred devised a plan to confront Light. They would arrange a meeting with him under the guise of a school project and subtly probe him for information. If Light was indeed Kira, he might slip up and reveal something. Chapter 6, The Confrontation. The gang met Light at a local cafe. Light was charming and polite, but Velma noticed a flicker of unease in his eyes when they mentioned Kira. "Light, do you believe in the supernatural?" Velma asked casually. Light smiled. "Not really. I think there's always a logical explanation for everything." "Like, what about a notebook that can kill people?" Shaggy blurted out, unable to contain his excitement. Light's smile faltered for a fraction of a second. "That's just a myth. There's no such thing." Daphne leaned in. "But if there was such a notebook, wouldn't it be dangerous in the wrong hands?" Light's eyes narrowed. "Hypothetically, yes. But it's just a story. Chapter 7, The Truth Unveiled. Velma's suspicions were confirmed. Light Yagami was too defensive about the notebook. The gang decided to follow him discreetly. They trailed him to an abandoned building where they saw him writing in the black notebook. "Gotcha, Light!" Fred exclaimed, stepping out from the shadows. Light's eyes widened in shock. You followed me? Jinkies! We know you're Kira, Light. Your perfect facade can't hide the truth, Velma declared. Light sneered. You think you can stop me? I am justice. I will create a perfect world. Before Light could write their names in the notebook, Scooby pounced on him, knocking the notebook from his hands. Shaggy quickly grabbed it. Game over, Light," Shaggy said, holding the notebook out of Light's reach. Chapter 8, Justice Served. Interpol arrived promptly, having been tipped off by Fred. Light was arrested, and the notebook was confiscated. The gang's bravery and quick thinking had saved countless lives. Back at the hotel, the gang reflected on their adventure. Jinkies, that was one of our toughest cases yet, Velma said, exhausted but satisfied. Yeah, but we did it together, Fred added, placing a hand on Velma's shoulder. I'm just glad it's over. That Kira guy was super creepy, Shaggy said, shuddering at the memory. Yeah, reepy. Scooby agreed, licking his friends' faces to lighten the mood. As they prepared to fly back home, the gang knew they had made the world a safer place once again. Light Yagami, the infamous Kira, was behind bars, thanks to Mystery Inc. and their unyielding dedication to uncovering the truth. And so, with another mystery solved, the gang boarded their plane, ready for their next adventure, wherever it might lead them. If you enjoyed this short story, hit that like button and subscribe to the Platinum Wave for more awesome content. See you soon.